What is going on, people? Episode 27 of Room 9 is here. On May 13th, I sit down with a roommate, Shawn Fitzgerald, the old roomie at the old Oxford house. But first, get to our website, room9podcast.com. Hit up the support page, hit up the contact page, read the blog, check out what else is happening. Let us keep you up to date with what's going on. And I think that's all on the news I got for you guys. Next week, I sat down just this morning with the vice president of Horizon Village, Brandy Vandermark Murray, and that was an awesome time, awesome conversation. So that will be out next week on the 20th of May. But yes, this episode, 27, Shawn Fitzgerald, he's an incredibly strong dude. It was very humbling to sit down and have a conversation with him and just hear where he's come from. And if you are not encouraged after listening to him and how good he's doing in his recovery, then I don't know what will encourage you. So I hope you guys really enjoy this one. It was quite the honor and the blessing to have a conversation with this dude. So without further ado, episode 27. All right, guys. Peace.
Wait a minute. You're Shawn Cudahy. That's right. How you gonna know? You're Shawn Cudahy. Stop asking fucking questions. That's right. Yeah. You better believe it. Oh, you better believe it. That's right. Come on.
Just a conversation. One thing I've gained over since I've been arrested and in jail and in rehab is just I really have learned how to just be patient for the right time and the right decision. I've learned how to separate that I don't feel like being here, and I've learned how to kind of set that aside while I need to learn. And one thing I seen in rehab was so many people were rushing to get out. I need to get back to work. Yeah. I need to hurry up and get this. I got this to do. And it's like, if you don't take care of yourself now and what you need to, you're going to be right back in here. Yeah. You're going to be right back in here. That's and you have to do it all over again.
I was there for 4.5 months. I wasn't ready, and they thought, well, they wanted me to stay longer because of my mom's situation, which I wanted to anyways, and that's why I came to an Oxford house. That's why I didn't go back home.
And did your mom pass when you were in rehab?
No, that's how I found her. And then...
Okay. And then you relapsed?
And then I relapsed.
Okay.
And then I had to wait 2 weeks for the ashes. So
okay,
that's where all my dealers are giving me free drugs and everything.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah,
that sucks, man.
Yeah, and it was on her birthday.
Yeah,
65, and it kind of sucks. What pissed me off is that because she was a Polish lady, very healthy and everything, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, what kind of drug was she doing?" Pisses me off.
They just assumed.
Yeah, because she died on her birthday, so.
Oh, so what did they assume she was like partying and stuff?
Yeah. That's what everyone was thinking.
That's so stupid. Why would anybody just assume that?
Well, come on, it's rehab. Of course they're gonna think.
I guess so. I mean, I guess a lot of people too. Their whole setting too is parents. I met people who found as a kid needles in their Easter basket.
Oh fuck.
Shit like that, man. That's just fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up. Yeah. Holy shit. I never heard of that.
Yeah, I remember a dude told me when he was 8 or 9, that's when he really started knowing something was, like, figuring out that his mom was a drug addict.
Damn.
It was because, he found a needle in his fucking Easter basket. Can you imagine, man?
I'd be shocked.
Like, yeah, that shit's crazy.
Unreal.
Oh, my gosh. So you stayed at the Village for 4.5... Did you go to, like, Terrace House and all that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 291. Stayed there for 45 days.
And then you waited for a bed for...
Yeah.
And you were actually in HV, right? The building?
Yeah. 4.5. So altogether, almost 6... What was that, like 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of time. Yeah, I mean, between jail and rehab, I was gone from April to October.
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
That was quite some time.
Yeah, it was. Damn.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. Looking back, it's crazy how
Your life changed like that.
quickly time can go, though, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when you're in jail and you think, oh my gosh, this is take forever. But it really, just looking back, it goes by so quick. Anything you experience
Yeah.
after it's done and you like reflect on it.
Just like when I was in Horizon, I was like, oh shit, I got to do like 3-4 months. It's going to be so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turn around, I'm leaving like the next freaking day. It's like, holy shit, where did time fly?
So quick.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, no matter what the hell you're doing. But yeah, so walk me through like kind of, I guess, your experience with everything, man. I mean, however you want to take it. I don't,
Well,
people don't need to come on here. I actually don't prefer it, honestly, like just to sit down and chronologically go through things, like, just trying what I don't know about you, your experiences, what you've learned from them, the really shitty times, how you've been able to get through them. I mean, whatever you want.
okay.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Sounds good.
Conversing. And I mean, I know you kind of already stated things started back up for you.
Yeah.
When your mom died.
Yeah. If I didn't go to Oxford House or go to the village or 291, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't.
That was a huge part for you.
That was a huge part. It was either I was going to die or get help right away.
And you went on your own?
Went on my own. I was outpatient at Horizon in Lockport, and they even had a cab for me at the cemetery when I was putting my mom's ashes in the ground.
Oh, that's cool.
I went with 2 bags and went up there and stayed there and then came right here to the Oxford House.
Did you like call them or anything, or did you just show up?
No, they know what was going on. I called them the day I found my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what was funny was that I was supposed to go to the doctors that day. And then I called them and I told them I just found my mom dead. And they were just on me every day. Like my caseworker was coming to my house and I wasn't home. I was out doing drugs and they couldn't get a hold of me at first. And then I finally called them one morning when I wasn't feeling good. And they're like, we want you at 291 right now. But I wouldn't go because I want to wait, till I got to bury my mom's ashes. So I made a promise with them. I told them, listen, I'll go the day I bury my mom's ashes. But I told them straight out that I'm still on drugs and I'm still going to use drugs until I get to 291. So they made a deal with me. They said it was fine and everything. And then like I said, I was burying my mom's ashes. I turned around, the cab was there. I didn't even go back home. I had a bunch of drugs in my pocket. And believe it or not, the cab driver was cool because the cab driver knew where I was going. So I just tried to do everything I can. And then I got up to 291. And ever since that, it's history.
That's history.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, if I didn't show up there, I know for a fact because I was trying to kill myself.
You had that like mindset of,
oh, yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as I lost my mom, because she was my best friend, you know. I mean, it was like, no way. I even told my brother straight out, I'm done. You're burying me in a week, And that's why so many people were worried, trying to come to my house 2, 3, 4 in the morning. People were trying to stay there, wait for me to come home, but I was on a run. I was like up and down the streets, and I was hiding in people's houses, and, I was just trying to do so much drugs so I would not be alive. Yeah. And, like, I didn't even pay for none either because all my dealers were, here. The day my mom died, I called one up, and when I called one up, 3 of them showed up, you know. Yeah, with all my aunts, uncles, everybody in the driveway, And so I just went on a binge.
Yeah, I have to get to know your drug dealers if I ever relapse.
Yeah.
I'm just joking, people. Relax.
They're off my phone. So I wouldn't even know how to get a hold of them.
Just handing you stuff. Hey, I know Shawn, yeah.
Yeah, but so I went up there and checked myself in and did a good 45 days up there. And then they asked me if I want to go to the village. And at first I was like, no, I don't want to go. I just want to get out and keep on partying. I kept on having that in my head.
So even after Terrace House, which was what? How many days did you?
About 45 days. And I still had that in my head that, no, I need to get out because I want to be dead with my mom. And the counselor talked me into it. I said, you know what? I said, I'll try it out. And she's like, just give me 1 week, Shawn. And I said, oh, you know what? I'll give you 5 days. So I went in there and first I don't know, 3-4 days, I would not even get out of bed. I was still upset about my mom. I couldn't sleep. So
This was the first 5 days at HV?
yeah,
Out in Sanborn?
Sanborn.
Okay.
So then I ended up talking to a counselor, Tabitha. She kept on coming to my room every day, instead of me going into her office.
Debbie V.
Yeah, she was coming in my room to check on me, and some reason I just stayed. I am blessed I stayed. I am. It was very, very hard, but I'm glad I'm alive. I am glad. I mean, all this stuff I went through my whole life, I went through some hard shit.
Oh, you can fucking swear. You're good. Yeah. Oh, no, you can swear. There's an explicit mark next to the Room 9 logo on all platforms.
Yeah, I went through some hard stuff in my life. Like, I just started opening it up about what happened in my childhood. I was 12 or 13 years old. I was sitting in the backyard, and I mean, it's starting to feel good to talk about it. I think because a lot of counseling and home groups and stuff, but I kept it in me for 30 years. I didn't talk about it for 30 years, and now I am. They came in the backyard. They had a gun. They kidnapped me, and believe it or not, it was the house, a street behind my house. The people, that's where they were staying. Okay. The house was empty, so all there was bed and nasty food all over and all that. They did end up beating the shit out of me, breaking my arm. I did get abused. I did get raped. Yeah, that was very tough for me right there. That's how my whole life started, how the drugs started and stuff.
At such a young age. I can't even imagine, dude, the what the mind does to a 12-year-old, like psychologically, after something like that happens. Like the PTSD that comes from that, the lack of trust for anybody, the anxiety, constant anxiety. I mean, that's something a child should never, ever fucking have to go through, man.
Yeah.
Like, more props to you for being in the position you are than anybody I've ever sat behind this microphone and talked to. And that's real shit, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's crazy to see where you're at. And I mean, even since you've been in this Oxford house, to see how strong and stronger you've gotten throughout the days is pretty badass.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's just, to this day, I still wish I knew the lady that found me there. Because I still think to this day, what would have happened if she never found me? I was tied up on ropes, and every day I was loosening them. And remind you, my arm was broken already. Mm-hmm. And then I heard them leave one day, and I can't get out because the key's on the other side of the door, so I can't get out, the lock. So it was a 2-story house, and I jumped out the window, and a lady was walking by with her dog. I remember the dog took off, and the lady came and grabbed me, took me to my house, and my parents opened up the door, and I still remember their eyes. They were crying so bad. They rushed me to the hospital. To this day, I don't know who the people are. And that's why every time I'm looking behind me, like shopping, going places and stuff, that's still a lot of fear in me. Because I don't know where they are to this day. And they never found them, so they're still out there.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. And going back to the psychological part of it, like, even though they're probably super old and you could beat the shit out of them, that feeling and that emotion coming back from when you were 12, right?
Yeah,
12?
I was 12.
12 years old just comes up all the time.
Yeah, it was June 4th, actually, in the summer.
And that's why I think it's amazing that you have the courage and strength to talk about it, because I think for all of us as human beings, the best thing we can do with our heaviness and our shit is just to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes that's the only thing that can help or change anything.
That's the only thing that's helping me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's been in my system. I haven't talked about for 25, 30 years. And now I'm just starting to talk about it. Yeah. And it brings a lot of memory back, of course, but it's also helping to talk about it now. Just like I said, if I wasn't at the village, I probably wouldn't be talking about this today still.
Yeah, that's...
And they did save my life. The village did save my life. I mean, a lot of people sit there and talk, oh, I hated the village. I'll never go to the village. I'll never go back. If I ever get sick, I'm going back,
Well, those are the people, too, that aren't ready either.
Yeah.
If you're ready to change, and I'm not taking anything away from Horizon Village, because as much as I talk them up, they should be giving me money.
Yeah, I know they should totally.
But
I agree with that.
But anywhere you go, like I was in a place. I didn't go to Terrace House. I was out in a place by New York City in Orangeburg, New York.
Conifer Park.
20 minutes outside Manhattan. It was a ATC, a state-run facility. Blaisdell ATC it was called. And they rented a floor and a half from a mental hospital, pretty much. So it was in on the 5th floor and the 6th floor of this mental hospital. Like, really, that's what it was. It looked like a hospital. It was just one big floor, and then upstairs was another half floor, and that was it. That's what we got to use and roam around. And, I mean, it was really a crappy place, but there was some people who cared, who worked there. And it's what you put into it. And I found, doesn't matter where you are. You can be in the best rehab or the worst rehab. You're going to get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah, it's how much we put into it. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in a lot of work. A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, just for example, I was on Xanax for 24 years, and because of what happened to me, and now I don't even take them no more. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that was part of the village. You got off of them from there?
The village got me off of them. So, which I wanted to, because, when you get used to them for so long, nothing seems like it's working no more.
No. Yeah.
And the doctor, when this happened, I was 12 years old. When I was at Lockport Hospital getting checked out and stuff, they took me to Brian Lynn, and the doctor there started putting me on all these meds and everything. So that's how the meds started, and then the drugs started happening when I was 15, 16 years old, and my mom, it was 20 years, about 19, 20 years, she cried and cried. She wanted me to go in rehab. And I always told her, no, I wouldn't do it. But when she died, that was it. It was either go get help or bury me next.
That was great. So tell me about like that psychological battle in your mind after your mom died and you had this moment, I'm going to keep doing drugs until I kill myself. What happened, if you can even put it into words, that got you leaning towards going into a rehab and getting clean and changing your life?
I made a promise to God that I'm going to go get help. And I made a promise to my mom that I'm doing this for my mom. Basically, this is how I started. I did this because my mom wanted for like 20 years for me to do this. And this is how I got into it. I don't even know how to put it. It's kind of weird. But like everybody say, you should be doing this for yourself. And yes, it's true. But when you lose somebody and they wanted this for like 20 years, and now you're going to sit there and say, I'm doing this for my mom. Mm-hmm. And which I'm doing. I'm doing this for my mom. And like, I'm proud that I'm doing this. I am.
I always have the argument, because people do say that all the time. I think there's this thin line of when you say, oh, I'm doing this, for myself, or I'm doing this for whatever. Like some people go in, I'm doing this to save my relationship with my girlfriend. And, that doesn't usually work.
No.
When somebody gives you an ultimatum and says, either go to rehab or I'm leaving you, and you go to rehab and you're only doing it because she told you to or he told you to, whatever that situation may be, you do, 90-something% of the time, I'm sure you fail. And that's just a made-up percentage. I have no statistical proof of that number. But
yeah,
you always say all the time, when you say, my mom just died, she's been wanting me to get clean, I'm going to go do this for her, you're still doing that for yourself, essentially. That's making you feel better about yourself. I'm going to get clean for my mom. And that makes you feel great to live on and know that she's still proud of you, even though she's gone. Trying to make somebody proud and, whatever that may be, I don't think that's necessarily a wrong mentality to go in.
No, I don't think it's wrong either.
And it's obviously working great for you.
Yeah, like when I went to rehab, I came right to an Oxford house. I got a home group. That's how I'm living day by day, is having you guys around and having my home group, That's keep me sober and everything.
Cleaning up after 7 other grown-ass men.
No comment.
That's basically what we're doing in this house. Oh my gosh.
That's no comment. Take that out.
So what like self-help are you? Are you an NA or AA? You do more?
I do both.
You do both mainly?
Yeah, I do both.
What's your home group? Is it an AA?
It's AA.
Okay.
See, my dad, he was an alcoholic all his life, and I lost him 2 years ago. It was like a bad situation 2 years ago that I'm still not even getting through. I lost my grandma in March, my dad in April, and then my mom's fiance in May, all in a row. Same year, my dad was a terrible alcoholic, so when I was in my 20s, I started drinking with my dad and doing drugs at the same time. My dad did die from drinking cirrhosis of the liver. He died slowly. I seen how it does. So I try to get myself not to drink no more because I seen how my dad was dying. And so I switched over to drugs. But, of course, I'm a drinker still. I'm still an alcoholic, even if it was 10 years ago. Once you pick up once, you're always going to pick up drinking, and you're always, So that's why I do both. I do NA and AA. And for some reason, I think AA helps more.
I like AA better.
A lot of people like AA better.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. Granted, my opinion on those groups, which is solely my subjective opinion. They just don't really do it for me. Those AA and NA groups. But I mean, I see how they help so many people, and I would never discourage anybody from going. But if when I go, I usually just go to AA.
Yeah.
I go to 1 or 2 meetings a week. It's usually AA. I don't know why. I usually get, for the most part, a better vibe from them.
Well, see, I do a lot of speaking for AA than NA. So, and I like AA way better. That's where I'm going towards. But I will still go to an NA meeting at least once or twice a week. But I will do more AAs than NAs. Because some reason I get a lot more from AAs than NAs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Good. Then you got your sponsor.
Yep.
How long has the sponsor thing been going on?
He's been clean for 11 years, and I met him 5 months ago.
While you're at the village?
Yeah.
Okay.
A kid there said, "You want to go to a meeting?" And I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not going to no meeting." No, I'm staying here on the computer. I ain't going nowhere. I said, "You know what? Forget about it. I'm going to go outside, get out for a couple hours." I went to the meeting, got there, and I shared my story. And then I got up, went in the kitchen, had a cup of coffee. One of the guys that brought me there, he introduced me to my sponsor. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, he's been very good, very good. I'm so glad I have him for a sponsor. He's got a lot of clean years, and he's a counselor too. So.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. He used to be a counselor at Clearview. So now he's up at the jail counseling.
Erie County?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he just switched. So, but yeah, I'm really blessed that I have him. He's a big help. He took me on vacation to the AA convention.
Oh, that's when you went there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And
that's right. And you spoke there, right? Correct?
Yes.
So how many people did you speak in front of?
Oh, God. Can't even remember. It was so many people. It was just like one big, huge party. It was over 300, I know that. But there was like 20,000 people there. But they're in like every other room. There was a meeting every hour for 24 hours. There was a meeting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it was like 2, 3 more. I'm going to one room to the next room to speak. Yeah, that helped out a lot too. I'm glad he took me up there. And then I met a bunch of people from around the world. So I got a bunch of friends, on my Facebook, on my text and everything that even still calls, I have a friend from Australia that was there, and I can't believe that you meet all these people from around the world.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. It really shows there's something to be said about community and being around people, like-minded people. Even for me, when like I said, the self-help, the AA and NA things aren't my favorite, but, if I'm feeling kind of like bummed or lonely or like that, nobody understands me, whatever mindset, and all of a sudden I go to one of these meetings, even when just walking in the door helps. There's all these people that understand the struggle of addiction. I'm not alone. It's very obvious. So many millions and millions of people go through this. And that alone is encouraging. So there's something to be said about that community of being around people who are going through the same thing and understand. And I can't emphasize that enough, how important that is for anybody, even if it's not addiction, even if it's, a death of a loved one, if it's overeating, whatever it is, gambling. I mean, they have groups for everything. And it's so important for people to just go and share and talk, listen, whatever it is. I mean, it helps you grow. And as we stated earlier in this podcast, like just talking sometimes helps.
Yeah.
Even if nobody's got answers for you, just saying it out loud and having somebody sit across the room for you and listen is an amazing help.
And you know what's cool about it is that, like, you could find, if you are, like, down in dumps, you have no one to talk to, you could find somebody to call and pick up because you met all these people all over. You met these people from Horizon Village. You met these people at 291 convention centers. So it's never like you're just going to, you know, have nobody to talk to no more. Now, when I was an addict, out partying and stuff, we didn't share our conversations. We didn't talk, you know, about our problems and stuff. We were too busy getting high. And now, since I changed my life and I got all these new friends, all sober friends and stuff, I could pick up the phone or I could go to one of my roommates or one of my home group. So there's always, I could reach out to somebody, and that feels good.
Yeah, and that's important to have. You can tell so many people before they relapse are just isolated.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how so many people, they sit in a room all day and they don't do anything, and it's crazy. And it's almost like they're setting themselves up.
Well, exactly. Like me. Well, you even know I had to keep myself busy. I had to do something all day. Even if it's cleaning laundry, you know, before I go to a meeting, I still got to keep myself busy.
But yeah, there's just that, you got to keep moving. And it's not, because you can do things, right? You can exercise and keep moving to ignore something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have something in my mind and I don't want to think about it, so I'm going to continuously just exercise and go work out. And that becomes unhealthy. But at the same time, laying around and isolating and being alone does nothing for you.
No, not at all. I mean, like, if I can't even get a hold of somebody, if everyone's working or something, and something comes in my mind, I'll do yoga in my room, you know, or I'll go out for a walk or something, just get something out of my mind until I can get a hold of somebody now.
That's huge. It's huge to have those tools where, all right, I feel like bored and I feel like just, I'm going to go use. You know, it'd be awesome to get high right now. As soon as that comes in, it's so awesome to have tools. Whether it's a walk, whether it's a phone call, whether it's push-ups, whether it's yoga, whatever it is, to have those tools immediately, all right, I'm not listening to this.
Yeah, exactly.
To get rid of that whole thought and feeling and emotions and everything else that comes with it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's times that you're going to pick up and use. I mean, of course, people are going to piss you off and, you know, people are just going to try and get you to go out and party and stuff. But like I said, if I can't get a hold of nobody, of course I can in the next couple hours. So I'll just keep myself busy until I can.
You got to get through those down moments, man.
I mean, and of course, I think about my mom, and right there, no, I won't go use. You know, I'm trying to make her proud.
Yeah, that's friggin' awesome, man. And then you had what the hell else just happened? Your aunt just died too, right?
Sister.
Your sister just died. Yeah.
The day before Easter.
Like, what the fuck?
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law?
Yeah.
So was that your brother's
My brother's wife. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 2 years with my grandma, my dad, my mom's boyfriend, my mom, my sister-in-law, all this shit I've been going through, and today I'm sitting here. I'm still here.
You are. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Super impressive, man.
Yeah. Like, I'm totally shocked to myself. Like, you know, I get up every day and I'm like, holy cow, I feel good. You know?
You should definitely be proud of yourself. Don't ever forget that.
I know a lot of people will sit there and probably still be out in the streets and using and stuff, you know.
Self-pity's crazy, dude.
Yeah, when my dad passed away, I didn't sit there and say, okay, I'm going to get clean because my dad died. When my mom did, that was the end of it. It's either I'm going with her or I'm going to get clean. That's what I did. I went and got clean, and that's why I'm still sitting here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm glad you are sitting there, man.
And last week was a hard week, too, with my sister. That kind of sucked, but we knew it was going to happen. She's been in a diabetic coma for a couple times. So
already, yeah.
Yeah, so we knew it was going to happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen so soon.
And it doesn't help. It does nothing. I mean, when you know it's coming, it doesn't make the sting any worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? I didn't put myself down. I didn't think about, you know, going out or nothing. I just kept my head up and just kept on doing what I had to do every day. A lot of praying.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
You know what's so funny is that when, like, my grandma, my dad, everybody passed away, I was sitting there and I was doing drugs, you know. Mm-hmm. Even when my mom died, I was doing a lot of drugs. When my sister-in-law just did, this is my first time seeing how death really goes.
Without numbing.
Without numbing, yeah. And It's like a different feeling.
It is. I've really have learned to find the beauty in pain, man. That was like one of the first things that I started to pay attention to a lot after rehab, while I was in rehab and stuff, is just sitting, letting those painful moments come on you, and those thoughts and those feelings and those emotions, and then just sitting with them. And there's something about it that's, and I don't mean in like a sadistic way, but there's something beautiful about pain. I don't know what it is.
No, that's
Just
true.
So
that's
much
true.
creation, so
Yeah.
much expression, so much beauty can come from it if you allow it to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, if you allow it to. That's one of the biggest things I
But
wrote
you
a
gotta
blog
allow
on.
it to. You have to allow it. Yeah, that's what I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
that's what you had to do.
Yeah. So every person's going through pain and suffering, and I mean, everybody goes through it. And that's what I think it's life. It's a big part of it.
Yeah,
You know, so is happiness and joy, but so is pain and sadness. That's all a big part of life. And then I really feel that can be your greatest teacher as well. Again, if you allow it to, that's the biggest part.
that's true.
Because there's something, you know, pain happens, something bad happens, and then we can either, you know, I tell say to people, there's two things I can tell people when they go through something crazy. Because when my brother and sister died, I'm sure when you've gone through your painful experiences, people try to say things sometimes, and it's like, what did you even say? That's so stupid. Why would you say that to me?
Exactly.
You know, so
Yeah.
many people say this stupid things, and you know, to no fault of their own. Some people just don't know how to act. They don't know how to react to it. They don't know what to say. They want to try to help, and they just
I got a lot
trip
of
over their own feet, pretty much.
yeah. I got a lot of negativity about my mom's passing away.
Yeah.
because it was on her birthday.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I say there's two things to people. One is, I tell people that I've learned, is you need to cry. Like, don't repress that. Don't run away from it. Just when it comes, just let it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful release of, it takes a whole weight, this weight off of you. There's something about weeping when you feel the heaviness and you just cry and you weep. Like, you feel lighter after. Like, there's something so beautiful about that.
It's just so weird you said that, because this morning I was in my room crying real bad. 'Cause tomorrow's my first day without my mother on Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I woke up, I was crying real bad today, and then after I was done crying, I'm like, gotta move on, gotta put my head up, just smile, because she wouldn't want me down, that. So, and after I done crying, weeping and stuff, I felt better.
Yeah.
I felt 100% better, actually.
It's beautiful. And you just pretty much mentioned my second thing I'll say to people is, as you're crying and weeping, you got to lift your head up.
Yeah.
And you got to push forward, and you got to keep your eyes open to learn as much as you possibly can for the experience that you've gone through.
Yeah, I was not going to keep myself in bed all day. There was no way. Number one, my mom wouldn't want that. And number two, I came a long way. A long way.
Yes, you have. Oh my God, you have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's an understatement. And it's crazy, by doing those two things, the crying helps, by learning through the experience, by doing those things, you somehow can give meaning to the experience that you just went through.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden it has meaning now because I've learned something from it. I've grown from it as an individual. It's made me stronger. It's taught me how to react. It's taught me how to do this. It's taught me how to do that. And all of a sudden, that experience itself that seemed so pointless, that you didn't know why it's happened or what it happened for, blah, 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 all of a sudden it has meaning. And you can continue from it. And it's tough as it is, as painful as it is, it can become a beautiful experience if you allow it to.
Just like the other day, I was downstairs doing laundry, and I was in a good mood and everything, and then it just hit me. I was just crying my eyes out. One of our roommates came down and talked to me and everything, and I just had I don't even know why it hit me. It just hit me. But after I was done, everything
Good to go.
Good to go. Back to life again. That's what I got to do. Just keep one day at a time.
Yeah, dude, I had a dream the other night. It's the first time it's ever happened to me.
What, someone took your chocolate milk?
No, that really happened. And that wasn't the first time either. And this is the first time this has ever happened. This is crazy. Listen to this. So I had a dream. My kids were around. I was with my parents. My dad was really drunk and like making a scene and blah, blah, blah. And like he went to hit my mother.
Oh, shit.
And I just beat the shit out of him. Like, I beat the shit out of my dad. Like, I just remember it. And I woke myself up because I started crying in my sleep. Like I just started
Wow.
crying. It was crazy. I've never had that happen. I just woke up and was sobbing.
And it probably, well, number one, probably felt like a real dream. You know?
Oh, it was so crazy how real it felt.
Yeah. That's where how you can have dreams and it feels so weird.
Like it was
Or
nuts.
it feels so weird, so real.
So real,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, sometimes dreams can affect you. It affected me the whole day. Like sometimes dreams just
Oh
hold
yeah,
on to, like,
oh
you-
yeah. Believe me, I have dreams like that, and it affects me
I mean,
the whole
yeah.
day, maybe a couple days.
Yeah.
you know.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
Whether it's happening in this physical realm right now or not, it's still an experience you go through and it can stick with you.
Exactly.
It's crazy how dreams can just stick with you like that.
I know. Yeah, it's so weird.
Have you ever had any dreams like about your mom or anybody? Have you had any dreams about them?
When I was at, this was kind of weird. When I was at HV one night, like I said, I wasn't sleeping for a while when I was there. I was having a hard time sleeping, and then they started putting me on medication a lot for sleeping. And one night I had this dream that my mom came in my room at HV and sat next to my bed and started crying that she was so proud of me.
That's awesome.
And that dream felt 100% real. And I think that's another thing why I'm motivated to keep on the right track now, just because of that dream.
That's awesome.
That's so, yeah. I can't believe we're talking about this because I was never going to share that because I don't want people to think, oh, what's wrong with him?
No, screw that.
But-
you know what? People are going to think that sometimes
Yeah.
about whatever it is, and let those people think whatever the hell they want.
And then when we sat there and it just felt so real. And I remember in my dream, she was walking away, going towards the hallway, and she said out loud, and I will never forget this. She said, "Stay where you are, and I'm going to watch over you, and I'm so proud of you. Don't go back."
That's great.
Yeah. So that helped out a lot.
Wow, yeah, that's not a sign.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I have this dream with my brother a lot that I don't ever remember the conversations, but we're just hanging out talking.
Yeah.
And it's almost like an
Isn't that weird?
extra chill time with him or whatever it may be. Yeah. It's super strange. Yeah.
I don't know. I just believe in dreams. I don't know why. Not coming real, just like your loved ones or, they're going to come in your dream and talk to you.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dreams are something we don't even really understand, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what
sometimes I wake up in the morning like, what the hell did I just
Yeah,
dream
sometimes
about?
they have some super weird ones. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? It's tough because we don't know anything about the subconscious and the unconscious. Mm-hmm. I should say the unconscious we don't know anything about. So some stuff's going on down there that affects what we're conscious of and what we're consciously doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It affects it all the time. It affects our decision making, what we're doing, what we want to do. What is the reason for me wanting a Pepsi over a Coke? You know what I'm saying? But there's some works going on that come up and all of a sudden we just choose.
Yeah.
We have no particular choice over what choice we choose, if that makes any sense. It just happens. So there's so many things going on.
Just like if you're going to have a dream about food, you're going to wake up and you're going to eat something.
Yeah.
And
why did you dream about that food?
Yeah.
You know, what caused it? And the answers you can never know because if you knew the answers, it would be the unconscious.
Yeah, I know.
It's really trippy.
It is.
How dreams can do weird things like that.
Yeah.
But I have a dream. I've had dreams before where I've seen people's faces that I meet the next day.
Oh.
Which is super weird. That trips me out.
I ain't having that.
Yeah, it was so weird. I've had that happen a few times. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, that one's weird. I never had that
Oh
one.
my gosh, yeah.
No way.
Like, I've seen this, but I just had a dream about it. Oh my god. Yeah, that's super weird too. Yeah, dreams are funky, man. Dreams are funky. So where you at now? Everything.
Right now,
Like obviously you're in the Oxford house with me.
yeah. In the Oxford house, doing home group, still doing a bunch of meetings, doing a bunch of speaking jobs. Just keeping my head up high, living day by day, feeling great.
Doing the Room 9 podcast.
Yeah, sitting here with you, doing the Room 9. But yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm glad I'm alive. I am.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're alive too, bro.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
I know. What did that for? Did I meet you? I met you out at the village.
When
I went out there to speak. That's right. Yeah.
Yep, you were speaking. And I met you in the hallway. You came over to HV. You were in the wellness center.
And then I came to say hi to some counselors, and I seen you at the front. That's
Tabby,
Tabby V.
whatever you call her, yeah. Yeah.
Abby V.
Yeah. Don't start. She yells at me every time I email her. She yells.
I can already hear her as she's listening to this. That motherfucker.
That's crazy.
I know. I gotta do. You know what? I gotta do some podcasts with a couple counselors from over there.
You know what? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think you should go down there and do some.
I would love to do it with my counselor. He'd be tough though.
Which one was that?
To get a hold. I gotta Robert.
Oh,
I have to get his have to get his email. He was perfect for me.
Robert.
Yeah.
He's tough, but
he was a perfect counselor for me out of everybody there.
Yeah, I like Bill. Bill was nice.
Yeah. Every counselor there was
awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
There was not one issue I had with any of them.
No, like, they all found out what I was going through. And, you know, like, when you first do the orientations and you got to go around and get them signed from the counselors.
Yeah.
Well, when I was doing that when I was first there, they were like...
Yes, so to explain for people who don't really know the process, at Horizon Village, you go up every time.
Level.
You get a level that you go up so you can get more passes to go out with family and go out to lunch, whatever it may be. And in order to get on to that next level, that next color, I think it's color coordinated still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get to that next color, you have to have so many counselors that aren't your own sign and, you know, answer some questions to them. So you can keep going.
Yeah, and that's how I met them. And, you know, they found out about my story and everything. And they came every day just to say hi to me, make sure I was okay. I joined one of Steve's groups there. They were just all great to me up there. They were. Like, I have almost all of their emails. I still keep in touch. Diane from the Wellness Center, I miss her a lot. She was cool.
Diane and
Yeah,
Jordan.
and what was the dog's name? Dakota.
Yeah.
Yep. I was talking to you that day for the interview. Remember, the dog was throwing up.
That's right. That's right. You're interviewing for the Oxford House, and you're like, "Oh shit! Hold on, the dog's throwing up."
Oh, I was so mad. But no, at least I got in. I appreciate you guys all voted me in, and I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, I wish we could go back and do that vote over again with some people here. Not you, but obviously. But
well, yeah.
Some people, yeah, no, thanks.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
It happens quick, man.
Yeah, it just seemed like it flew by.
It happens really quick. So this is sometimes, not every time, but I like ending this with people that kind of, if you know, you had a moment to say to somebody or a group of people, like, what's the best advice you could give them who are struggling?
All I could just say is that don't give up. Just to everybody out there, don't give up. You know, it's a beautiful life to go try and get help and start all over, which I had to do. From my story and everything, like I said, I can't believe I'm sitting here today. And I did the right choice. And just get yourself, you know, a sponsor, get yourself home groups, just keep going to meetings, you know, roommates at the Oxford House. If you're going to move into one, just keep on going every day. Wake up, just thank God it's a new day, that you're alive. That's all.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to say, even for the people who don't particularly care for the AA and NA thing and all of that, you have to find something that you constantly keeps you checking your recovery. No matter what it is, you got to find something. I mean, one of my biggest things is this podcast. I mean, every day, I got to work on this, on Room 9. Not even necessarily just the podcast, because it's becoming so much more than that. But every day I have to do stuff for Room 9, and it's constantly making me check my recovery and think about my recovery. Where am I at? How am I doing? Where am I going with this? What's the next step? What's the next phase? Because psychologically, your mind can trick you, man.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, it can.
To get you to think you don't need to pay attention anymore, and you think you got this. You got this all under control. I don't need to work on it anymore. I can just go out back to life without ever thinking about addiction ever again, and I'll be fine. And the next thing you know, they're back at square one.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen to people after 10 years.
I've seen it happen to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it sucks, you know. I mean, I'm just glad that where I am, I don't know, I'm just glad. I'm so happy. I am.
Good. You deserve to be happy.
Thanks.
Everybody deserves that. It's the people knowing that they deserve it. That's what it takes.
Yeah. It feels good every day to get up.
Even
if it's raining, snowing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
We've had plenty of that fucking rain.
Yeah, but you don't know how it feels every day to get up and be like, you know, touching your skin. Oh my God, I'm still alive.
I'm still here.
I'm still here. You know, I didn't pick up yesterday. You know, I'm still sober.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing about right now.
That feeling of overcoming something that is difficult feels great.
Yeah.
It's amazing as humans how much we like to avoid any kind of challenge.
Now I can
Because
see
it feels
what,
so good after
yeah.
you overcome it, you know?
Now I can see what life is reality, really, without being on drugs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's cool to, and again, not in a sadistic way, to feel pain and sadness without running from it immediately and numbing it.
That's true.
Yeah, there's something really awesome about it.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Thanks for your courage. Thanks for opening up. Thanks
No
for
problem.
your honesty, because
It helps.
it takes a lot of all
helps.
of those things to sit down and do this.
Yeah, it's helping a lot. It's helping a lot. Talk about it more and more.
It's going to help a lot of people.
I hope it does out there. I hope it does.
I'm sure it already has, and I'm sure it will some more and continue to do so. So
Good.
All right, I love you, dude.
Okay, love you, bro. Thank you.
Later. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said before, Shawn's story is super intense and crazy. He's been through more than anybody else that I've ever had a conversation with, and it's awesome to see how great he's doing, how strong he is, and it's really encouraging to know that we can all get through whatever we are going through as long as we are strong and just want to keep moving forward. So, as always, I love you guys. You're the best. Thank you for all your support and encouragement, and I will be talking to you next week. All right, bye-bye.